Hey everybody, it's your boy Neo Xerox over here, and welcome to Kickstart My Heart. This is my set, and I'll say it's 1 hour of madness, and yeah, I'll say enjoy.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to abuse you. Some of them want to be abused. Everybody's looking for something.
Just like a razor, murked up in this world, my blazer. I got all the boys on me, I got all the lines on ring. Knocking dead, turning heads, I got all the eyes on me. Lady face, 걸어 들어와, 유행 선두자. 원하지만 못하잖아, 애가 타잖아. You like roll, 갈리 유도 gold. 난 알지, I know. 준비해, cause I like the ball. 멈추지 않아, 말할래, 그게 like a bag. 그거 말고 bye, 믿어봐, 그만큼 크게. 어깨 펴고 high, 100% 덤비지 못해. 죽여주잖아 나는 boss 간지 with the sauce 원하면 줄게.
I'm doing damage when just how I planned it. I do what I want when I say more the night that I hit.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a new edition here at J-Core Live, one and only
J-Core
talk show here on Twitch. Yes, today is the 9th of June. Yeah. Last week I was feeling pretty ill. Well, I do still have the cough lingering within my throat, so yeah, that is something that is still happening now. But I'm definitely feeling way better than than last week. Yes, so today we are having a showcase of Yuri with Shattered Sweetheart. It's a CD which has been released a couple of weeks ago. Um, you might have ever heard of Yuri with Phantoms Records, but Yuri was kind enough to send me their album, and yeah, really excited to hear what's on this album. We'll talk a little bit about this in a minute or 10. Also, Yuri sent me some couple of surprises here in between, so also going to show that one. Other than that, I see that there is 10 tracks on this album, and those 10 tracks it's around 30 minutes. So today is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter of a show. So before we are going to start with today's show, let's do a shout out to Electromice, Intense Complex, Sonic Foon, Rave Wiz, I'm the Banana, and Law. Also to all you lurkers out there, I hope everybody will enjoy today's stream. And yeah, if not, then bear with me for this show. Let's go to the intro. J-Core. Yuri, Shattered Sweetheart. As I mentioned before, it is a CD which has been released a couple of weeks ago. Not entirely sure anymore when it is. What I also, if I remember correctly, this CD is not be able to be bought anymore. But you can also find this release on Bandcamp, which we are going to find out in a couple of minutes. Yeah, it is sort of sealed, not properly sealed, so I can definitely safely open this album and just have a few with you all today. So I'll say let's start with the very first track on this album, which is gonna be Failed Idol. this is the very first track, which is Failed Idol. Now let's go switch over to track number 2, which is gonna be Unhealable Hurts. Unhealable Hurts. Now let's go to track number 3, which is gonna be the Post-Dream Amnesia. this was track number 3 with Post Dream Amnesia. So, how has everybody been doing so far? Since we haven't seen each other for 2 whole weeks, so yeah, pretty much wondering how everybody has been doing. If you have something to share, then you can please type in your story here on Twitch, and then we can definitely briefly talk a little bit about it. As for me, these last 2 weeks were weird because starting from last week, I became sick. So I had the chills, a slight fever, and cough that didn't stop. And other than that, what have I been doing? Watching some shows, movies, especially some movies. Wrestling. I haven't been behind my computer that much. And then this weekend. Wait, what have I done the week before? Oh, the week before was definitely not interesting enough. Really need to check my timetable. Oh, the weekend before I had Nakama. Oh, okay, yeah. So the weekend before I had Nakama played together with Triple Star and Power to All in Amsterdam, which was definitely really fun. And then the day after, we had a Triple Star's birthday party, which was a really fun, fun day where we had Power to All, Triple Star was there, Electro, Max Payne was there, and up to a certain point we had a front to front DJ battle between the Pioneer and Denons, which was pretty fun to do. So that was the week before last week. And then this weekend, Tara came over to our place for some hangouts, chill outs, some random projects that we needed to do. And at the same time, my friend came over here and helped me build my new computer, which I replaced my consoles. So the only console which I still have here is now only a PlayStation 3, and that is also because I have bought almost 1,000 euros of SingStar music, so that's not leaving my house. Yeah, I had a PlayStation 5. I sold it because I'm not using it anyway already for the last 7 months, and yeah. Now I have a nice gaming rig where I can now play my Steam games. Been watching a lot of wrestling because there's a lot of wrestling shows this weekend again. Also been downloading some games for my computer, but it was so fucking slow. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Oh yeah, Saturday I also saw Kinshobin. He came to my house for dinner and chillings. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Today we have I call it Pinkster. What is Pinkster in English? It is a public holiday. Pinkster. Sorry, what is it called? Pentecost? What the fuck is Pentecost? Second day of Pentecost. Okay, that is apparently an English thing. But yeah, so I don't have to. Okay, so I see that in a lot of European countries it is a day off today. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, and that is for my story. Let's see, Sonic Foon. Ready for second secret project. That's the first project is approved and arranged by the manager. So I can save for a bit until the project manager releases more info about that matter. Okay, nice. Good to hear that the project is going well. And then number 2 from Sonic Food. Meanwhile, Asphalt Legends Unite is collab with Sonic. Some dude said Sonic. The Hedgehog. And blasting lots of initial D tier Eurobeat as racing all over the game. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good to hear that you are definitely also having fun. So yeah, it's a quiet channel today, so that it's this is it for all the storylines for this week. So to Sonic Foon, thank you very much for sharing your story. Well, I would say let's go over to the next track because we are still having showcase of Yuri with Shattered Heart or Shattered Sweetheart. You can buy this release on Bandcamp for $11.11. Oh, nice, nice number for that. Sadly, the CDs are sold out. But how many tracks are there? Oh, yeah, there's still 10. Okay. Yeah, but digital, they are always available. So let's go over to the next track, which is gonna be Voiced, featuring featuring Lou. Now let's go to track number 5, which is A Feeling That Never Was. A Feeling That Never Was. Now let's go over to the next track, which is gonna be Tokimeki Locker Room. And that was Tokimeki Locker Room. So let's see what's in this little box of gift that I have received from Yuri themselves. So we have one CD. And what is in this CD? Oh, it always feels so wrong to open the seal. Oh, okay, so it is a... Okay, nice. So, this CD is still sealed, apparently. They place an Obi in there. So light is a bit bright. Shattered Sweetheart. No, I'm definitely not gonna open this CD. Because I like my CD sealed, as most of you know. So, we have this. What is also included there is a holo sticker, which I also really do like. I see more and more nowadays that people are coming with holographic stickers. So maybe I should also do some holographic stickers. That might be a good idea. Let's first I need to see how much it costs. Yeah, really do love the artwork. This. Let's see now. What else was also in the package is this keychain. Plastic cylinder. Sort of kind of plastic very off. So there's a keychain in there which looks really amazing. What? Right. I think this is better. So a nice keychain, because we can never have enough keychains. And what's also included? Let's see. This is like some kind of towel or so. Let's see now. A banner or something like that. Really nice. This is like probably 1 meter long, I guess. 1 meter by 50 centimeters. Like it. So yeah, either how it's really amazing to see somebody going this far on making more extras for the project itself. Oh, a second, I'm still folding flag banner thingy. So, you know, what I really like about this thing is, yeah, this person went into an extra effort to make a keychain, and an extra effort to make whatever this is. It's probably something that you can hang over your wall. And yeah, it's always really amazing surprise to see if somebody makes something extra. Like that one release from like Sour Rave Bits. Oh, that was amazing. But still, for me, these kind of goodies are always, yeah, are always a huge, I call it, huge surprise to see. And Runwave Crusher, holy shit! Thank you very much for the raid. I hope you had a good streaming session. Also, all you raiders, welcome to J-Core Live, one and only J-Core talk show here on Twitch. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, if you don't know who I am Joe. We are doing J-Core Live every Monday. So, yeah, that's what we pretty much do. And Hoogny Restrop, holy shit! Thank you very much for the 40-month subscription. Thank you. Thank you. So, I would say let's go over to the next track because we are still listening to Yuri, the Shattered Sweetheart. It's a release that... shit, Duckbuster, 37-month subscription. Holy shit, thank you. So yeah, you can get this album on Bandcamp for $11.11. So far, it's an amazing album. And I'll say, let's go over to track number 7, which is gonna be My Identity, featuring Znoy.
featuring Znoy. And let's go to the next track, which is gonna be Vanilla Misfortune. this was Vanilla Misfortune. Now let's go to track number 9, which is gonna be Ayana. And this was track number 9 with Ayana. So, it is really a short show today, but this is really the end of today's show. Yeah, as I mentioned before, the total playtime of this CD is just a little bit above the 30 minutes. And yeah, sadly, this is already the 30-minute mark. Yeah, Banana, I know it's really short. But yeah, since I'm still not feeling that well today, then maybe today it is probably better if we do it a little bit shorter than usual. So as for last week's release, the Screaming Friends from Rough Screams, they will come a little bit later, because in the coming weeks we also have other showcases, which I can definitely tell something about it today. Yeah, Banana, also not a lot of chat today. Yeah, so yeah, if it's so, yeah, it is so. So for next week here on JCore Live, we will have a double showcase. Yes, a double one. Because one is not enough. Then for next week, we are having a showcase of Arcade Trauma, the Chaos Asylum from Phantoms Records. And we also going to have Tanger with 9 Lives, also from Phantoms Records. So yeah, double the fun, double the music, and pretty excited to hear what is on this release. So as for tomorrow, I am thinking about either going online tomorrow, because I still need to do quite a lot of stuff for the whole for the whole layout thing. But I think it's better for me to rest up a little bit tomorrow and just not to stream. So tomorrow there's probably not going to be a show. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that tomorrow there is no shows. Time for recovery. Yeah, other than that, I don't really have really much more to add. Yeah, Duckbuster, that's exactly what she said. Yes, Clumpy, thank you very much. So we are going to raid Indra's DJ in a couple of minutes from now. Yeah, Shattered Sweetheart from Yuri. I must be honest, I really do like this release. It is good drum and bass, vibey tracks. Yeah, it is pretty good. It's pretty nice, and yeah, I cannot mention more than support Yuri by this release. If we do album, you can get it for $11.11 on Bandcamp. Sadly, the CDs are already sold out, and Yuri sent me the last copy. So yeah, really big shout outs to Yuri. By the way, short shows like this is also pretty YouTube friendly, because it's easier to listen to a 1 hour show than a 3 hour show. So there are some good points to it. There are also some bad points to it, as now everybody need to figure out what are you going to do with the next hour of your Monday. So yeah, to everybody, thank you very much for joining here in today's show. I hope you enjoyed today's release as I had with Yuri Shattered the Sweetheart. Let's do a quick shout out to the chatters in here, which are Hoogny Restrop, Duckbus, I'm Domina, there, Clumpy. Also to all you lurkers out there, thank you very much for joining here in today's show. And also a big shout out to Roundwave Crusher and the Crushers gang for joining here in today's show. Hopefully see you next week here at J-Core Live, and otherwise see you whenever we see each other. Wherever you are in the world, stay amazing, stay cool, stay true, stay strong, stay powerful, stay mindful, but most of all, stay J-Core. We still have one more track to go, which is gonna be Wonderful Days, and then I wish you all a wonderful evening.
NDXJCL.